Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something I think a lot of families might face, actually.
Yeah, it's becoming more common.
We've got this situation.
Mm-hmm.
A parent's asking about their 16-year-old son. He stopped going to school.
Stop completely.
Yeah, to focus full-time on his YouTube channel, which currently has 64 subscribers.
Okay, 64. Right.
So we dug into what some experienced YouTube creators think about this, people who've actually been there.
To get a realistic view.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission here is really to unpack the dedication, the challenges, and maybe the financial side of trying this path so young.
It is the dream for so many kids, isn't it? So for this deep dive, we looked at a couple of creators. First up is Matt. Millions of views on his stuff.
Okay, so he knows the platform.
Oh, yeah. And his advice is pretty direct. He just says, don't leave school to start YouTube.
Wow. Straightforward. No beating around the bush there. What's his reasoning?
Well, he's really open about the sheer grind. He said it took him 3 years. 3 years before even one video hit 1 million views.
3 years. That's a long haul.
Very long haul. And he talks about the personal cost, feeling isolated, mental health struggles, even letting his physical health slide.
That sounds tough.
Yeah, he puts it really plainly. He says, YouTube sounds like a dream job. It's not.
Okay. So not the glamorous picture some might imagine. What does he suggest for this specific teenager then?
His advice is actually pretty practical. Stay in school, definitely. But tailor your studies towards things that could help the YouTube channel.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, maybe photography if you want to do vlogging or journalism, maybe English if you're into games journalism or commentary, drama or film studies for, entertainment or gaming content.
So gain relevant skills while getting the education. Makes sense.
Exactly. Keep creating, keep getting better, but don't ditch the education. He actually says school is truly the best time of your life.
Strong words.
Yeah. And he warns against sort of throwing your life away early for something with such, low odds of massive success right out of the gate.
Very low odds, I imagine. Okay, so that's one perspective, a stark warning, really. But we also looked at Erica Lopez.
Right. Erica Lopez. She has a channel focused on handmade crafts and a pretty substantial following, 144,000 subscribers.
34K. Okay, so you'd think with that kind of audience, the income would be decent, right?
You would think. But this is where it gets really eye-opening. She says she makes, quote, at the most $180 per month.
$180 a month with 144,000 subscribers.
That's what she reported. It really makes you question how subscriber count actually translates to, cold hard cash.
Wow. Okay. So given that reality, what's her take on a kid dropping out for social media?
Unsurprisingly, she's firmly against her own son doing that at 16. She thinks parents really need to guide teens at that age.
Makes sense. What's her approach then as a parent?
She seems pretty pragmatic. She said, look, when they turn 18, it's their choice. But if they choose not to be in school and they're living at home, then they need to get a job and, contribute to the household expenses, pay their way.
Right. Grounded in financial reality.
Exactly. It kind of underlines that relying just on content creation, especially early on, is just financially really uncertain.
Okay, so let's try and synthesize this. Pulling Matt and Erica's experiences together, what are the main takeaways for, say, that concerned parent, or maybe even the son?
I think the biggest thing is the huge gap between the idea of YouTube fame and the actual day-to-day reality. It's often really tough.
Yeah, that comes through loud and clear.
Both Matt and Erica, despite different levels of success, really highlight the immense effort needed, the personal sacrifices, and, maybe surprisingly, the often low financial return even when you do have a big audience.
It really hammers home the need for, a backup plan. A solid foundation outside of just content creation.
Absolutely. That education piece is key. It gives you skills, options. And Matt's idea of aligning your studies with your interests, that seems like a smart strategy. Build relevant skills, stay in school.
And from the parental side, it's about finding that balance, right? Supporting the passion, but also guiding towards, long-term stability.
Yeah. The message from people who've actually done it seems pretty consistent. Keep learning, keep creating, sure, but make education the priority for now.
So to sum it up, the path to YouTube stardom is way harder and often less lucrative than it looks. It takes incredible dedication, often at a personal cost.
Definitely. For the 16-year-old, the advice seems to be, keep that passion going as a hobby, learn everything you can, but stay committed to school. Explore how subjects in school can actually help your channel later.
It's a needed reality check, I think. And, it leaves you wondering, doesn't it, in this whole digital world, how do any of us balance chasing those online passions with, the practical need for skills and financial security offline?
That's the big question, isn't it? Definitely something to mull over.
Indeed. Well, thanks for diving deep with us on this one.